Hello and welcome to the BVB update for August 23rd. I'm Stefan Piszcu and in this format I cover Borussia Dortmund news and other shenanigans. And yes, I'm finally back after I've, really hardly recovered from Saturday's 3-2 loss against Werder Bremen. I assume any other Dortmund fan is also still reeling from that. But it's time to return with news from Spain that are surrounding Thomas Meunier, because Mundo Deportivo today write that Barca and a representative of the Dortmund defender have intensified talks, and that according to them he is seen as the alternative to Villarreal's Juan Foyth, who Xavi is still prioritizing as a right-back transfer, but that deal seems to be stalling. So they write that Dortmund would be asking for a 50 million euro transfer fee, but Barca do not want to go beyond 10 million euros. But that's not all, because Sport also had a report out today, and that goes even further, saying that Xavi initially wanted to add Azpilicueta as a right back, but he extended his contract at Chelsea, and now he has set his eyes on Meunier because Meunier has Champions League experience and has a similar profile to the Chelsea right back. But Dortmund are reluctant to sell Meunier on short notice. However, Sport write that Barca think they might have found the solution by swapping Meunier for the American right back Dest. And that, of course, is a very interesting proposition for a lot of my viewers, because they are from the United States. I personally am not entirely sure if this is going to happen or not. What I can say is that Borussia Dortmund sporting director Sebastian Kehl has very recently said that he is not planning on selling Meunier. Of course, that can be a tactic in order to get more of a transfer fee. What I cannot say is whether Dest would be a good fit or not. You can let me know in the comments, in fact, if you think that Dest would be an upgrade over Meunier or downgrade, because I personally just don't know. I do not watch Barcelona or the United men's national team very much, so I just can't tell you. But it is an interesting rumor. I don't know how much there's on it. Obviously, we all know that Edin Terzic is not the biggest fan of Thomas Meunier and just started Marius Wolf ahead of Meunier, because Meunier's performance against Freiburg wasn't really good. But then again, Marius Wolf also didn't cover himself in glory during the final 10 minutes against Bremen. So we will see how this pans out. My prediction is that not much will happen. But also selling Meunier, of course, would not be the worst thing in the world, because let's be real, he's not the greatest fit for Borussia Dortmund, but I kind of also doubt that he is a better fit for Barcelona. But, what do I know? Let's move on to another topic, and that is, of course, that Borussia Dortmund are still struggling to sell their players. Manuel Akanji is still in team training with Dortmund, so is Nico Schulz and a lot of others. And of course, there is a bit of an injury update today, because not training during the public training session were Adeyemi, Malen, Dahoud, Morey, Koulibaly and Kamara, which of course is a very painful list for Dortmund. Jesko von Eichmann, who of course works for Sky, had a little update on that. He said that Daniel Malen currently has a slight muscular injury, so from experience that means he's out for 8 months. But no, I'm just kidding. Dortmund are looking day to day to see how Daniel Malen is recovering. Adeyemi is still undergoing load management, but the expectancy here is that Adeyemi would be back for the game against Hertha Berlin on Saturday. However, he was also expected to return for the Bremen game, and that was not the case. And Dahoud, after he popped out his shoulder against Bremen, is currently training individually, and he might feature against Hertha, but is currently doubtful. I think the better news, however, is that Mats Hummels is back on the training pitch, and so is Nico Schlotterbeck, because if you remember, Schlotterbeck quite severely rolled his ankle in the final 10 minutes or so against Bremen, so you just never know whether he would really return or not. But the good news, he's back on the pitch. And so let's move on to a bit of a lighter subject, because yesterday Lucas Piszczek embraced Jadon Sancho after, of course, he won against Liverpool 2-1. Piszczek right now making a couple of visits around the Premier League. He was with Erling Haaland and Ilkay Gündoğan not so long ago at Man City. Now he was at Old Trafford yesterday, where he, of course, also met Jürgen Klopp, as you can see here. And that's, of course, very nice to see. Always here for Piszczek content. And yesterday also we recorded the Yellow Report. I talking Fußball's Nick Wildhagen on, and he's obviously a Werder Bremen fan, so at least someone was happy to be there. But in all honesty, we did have some discussions about Werder Bremen and their promotion, of course, but also what Borussia Dortmund can do against Hertha Berlin to improve on top of the recent performance. And maybe I had a couple of rants here and there, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, because I'm actually still quite livid about that performance. But yeah, you can listen to that, of course, in all podcatchers or on this YouTube channel as well, or just go to theyellowwall.net and to find more. That is all I have for today. So again, listen to the Yellow Wall pod if you want to. If not, I'll see if there are more interesting transfer rumors like today, tomorrow. If not, maybe some other reporting. Who knows? Maybe Dortmund might even sell a player, but I'm not holding my breath on there. Anywho, as always, thank you for watching and goodbye.